Yo, what's up, everybody? This is your man AG Got Beats, back again with another More Than Beats podcast. I got my homeboy in here, my co-host, the homie Billy Blast. Say what's up to the people, B.
All right, what's going on, y'all? It's Billy Blast, a.k.a. Mr. Help Me Help You Be Vintage. Back again, my man AG Got Beats, the More Than Beats podcast. What's good, brother?
Ain't nothing, man. You know how I go, man. We chilling, man. Just trying to recoup from this weekend. I know last week we kind of took a break. We had a lot of stuff going on. You was out there at NAMM. Yeah. How did that go, man? You want to give us a quick recap?
Yeah, man. NAMM was alright, man. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't really too spectacular this year. You know what I'm saying? The biggest highlight of it was, of course, as we know, the MPC one. That was the biggest highlight of it. But other than that, you know what I'm saying? It was pretty regular this year. Like nothing too crazy out there to be looking for this year, except for, you know, just networking and politicking and seeing people and all of that. You know what I mean? But as far as equipment and stuff go, like, it wasn't really too much, you know what I'm saying, that was out there too crazy this year.
Okay. All right, did you run into anybody out there? You see any, you know, I guess celebrities or any you know, producers that's kind of, you know, got a good name out there in the streets?
Yeah, I mean, ran into Siege. I mean, you know, we chopped it up a little bit. Of course, the Sound Lounge people was out there. My good people's out there from Dago, rather. I don't mean to say Diego, but from Dago, the Sound Lounge. Who else, man? I saw Just Blaze out there. He was on the move. And
okay.
So who else was out there, man? One of the dudes from 112, the Cupid dude.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I forgot.
Slim, I think his name is.
Slim, yeah. He was out there.
Yeah.
I saw him out there and all that. But yeah, that was, you know, that was really it. Nothing too crazy.
All right. Well, how was the MPC booth? You know, I caught a little, you know, a video of a little clip of you guys, you know, you working it out over there. Also, Akai had posted something on their Instagram live. We had to hijack that, so we made a little video for, you know, the fans out there who wanted to see the MPC one, you know, yeah, and live in full effect. So how was that experience for you, man?
It was cool, man. That, you know what I'm saying, went in there and did my thing, you know what I mean? Had the whole initiative to go in there and kind of hip hop the joint out, man. You know what I'm saying? I went in there with my flash drive. I took my own sounds in there because I wanted to make sure, you know what I'm saying, we when we go in there, that, you know what I mean, we kind of give it a little bit of seasoning and all that, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Hip hop it out a little bit, as opposed to having, you know, the trap beats that they be kind of doing. So I kind of went in there with the intent, which it actually went pretty good. You know what I'm saying? I went in there with the intent to, you know what I mean, hip hop the joint out a little bit. So, you know,
yeah, and
plugged my hard drive in and got busy. What was you saying, brother?
I said what was dope about it is that, you know, a lot of times, like, we might, you know, give a little bit of advice to the people out there in the public or whatever, but right. I like the way you actually use the advice yourself that you was given. So taking your own flash drive out there, being prepared. Well, we you know, as we talked about in the last podcast, you was prepared, you knew what you wanted to do, you knocked it out, and you crushed that joint, man. You did a great job, man.
Yeah, no doubt. Good looking, man. That was the whole initiative. I left my sounds and all of that on the MPCs, man. Word up. I took the flash drive and loaded that joint up on the MPCs that was in there with my Instagram and all that on it. So, you know what I mean, when they went in there and used the joint and used the kits, and the kits popped up, it had my name and my Instagram on the joint, man. Straight marketing too, man.
Oh, that's dope. You know, as far as LA and California go right now, we can't continue to talk about, you know, NAMM and things like that without kind of touching on the Kobe situation, man.
Yeah, it's crazy out here right now.
You know, his untimely, you know, death. So I just kind of want to touch on that, send out our condolences and everything to, you know, to the family and, you know, the other family. So what's the vibes like that? What's the vibes like out there right now?
I mean, everybody talking about it out here, you know what I'm saying? Because when you have somebody like, you know, Kobe, and again, you know, I'm not the most like sports inclined dude, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, I know the impact that Kobe made, and of course we all know who Kobe Bryant is. You know what I'm saying? But the impact out here, like the energy is it's crazy out here because everybody's talking about it. Because, you know what I mean, he represented LA in such a manner, you know what I'm saying, that everybody gravitates towards him, even for basketball, but even as being a person. You know what I mean?
Right.
So the energy out here, you can feel it, man, because everybody's talking about it. It just shifted the energy crazy.
Yeah, and I feel like you know, the legacy that he left behind, people are you know, they're all over it just for what he stood for, the things that he's done in his career,
right?
The things that he's done off the court as well, but just I think more so his mentality, man. You know what I'm saying? His tenacity, his drive, his determination, man, to be the best and to achieve that. I think he left an amazing legacy, even though, you know, he passed at 41. The things that he accomplished, people won't accomplish that in a lifetime.
Yeah, man. It's really unfortunate, man, and especially like at 41. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
You know, that's very young. That's very, very young, man. You know what I'm saying? And then,
yeah.
and also too, there was, you know, his daughter was on the plane with him, and other people as well. There was seven other people, including the pilot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and his daughter. Yep.
Yeah, man. So, you know, it's a tragedy, man. I definitely send our condolences out to the other family that was on the other families that was on the plane, and people as well that was on the plane, because to my understanding, you know, nobody made it, which is very unfortunate. The whole thing is really unfortunate, man. Even though, you know, his daughter, she was 13. You know what I'm saying? Like, you were just saying, like, you know, he was 41. Unfortunately, he did live a great life, but his daughter was just, you know, she's a baby, man. You know what I'm saying? As well as the other child that was on the plane. I mean, on the helicopter as well. Pardon me. She was also a baby too. You know what I mean?
Oh wow. Yeah, I didn't know it was another child on the helicopter.
Yeah, it was two. It was Kobe and his daughter. A coach. I don't know everybody's name, so pardon me because I don't know everybody's name. I don't want to, you know what I mean, sound ill-informed, but I don't know everybody's name. But it was Kobe, his daughter, a coach and his wife, and another daughter and their daughter, one more person, and the pilot, which made 9 people.
Oh man. Yeah, so I definitely send prayers out to the rest of the families. I know it has to be, you know, devastating. Just the way that it happened, you know.
Yeah, man, it's bad. And then, man. Unfortunate, very unfortunate.
For that to happen to, like, I don't know if it's like other families that experience their, you know, their child and their husband, you know, passing, but I can't imagine how that would feel for you know, Kobe's wife, his other kids and stuff like that. So man,
parents, in-laws, sisters, you know what I mean? Cousins, friends. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but, man, it hurts.
I
man.
mean, I don't want to dwell on, you know, the doom and gloom, man. You know what I'm saying? So I want to shift that a little bit, man, to, you know, just trying to find the positive or the silver lining, so to say. You know, I just want to let's go into like the way that Kobe left his legacy. Like, you know, I know it's important to do all that you can do right now while you're here on this planet, because you never know when your number's going to get called, man. Right. You know, how important is it to work on your legacy, and how do you strive to leave a legacy for your kids, for your family, you know, going forward after this or even before this?
That's up to the individual, you know what I'm saying, and how bad you want, how bad you strive for whatever it is or whatever it may be, you know what I'm saying, that you try to push forward to in life, which will help create a legacy. I would definitely say don't give up, because You know what I mean? There's no you know, we have a time to come here, but we don't have no time to leave. There ain't no date or nothing, you know what I'm saying, when we leave. So just that in between time, you know what I mean? It's like, you know, and I don't want to you know, I don't want to get too dark with it, but it's like I've said before, you know what I mean, on that tombstone, the thing that's really important is the dash, you know what I'm saying? And that's from the dash from the time you got here and until the time you left. What's in the dash, that's where your legacy is at. You know what I'm saying? So definitely, you know, live your best life. You know what I mean? In whichever way, shape, size, form, or fashion it is. You know what I'm saying? And make sure you have, you know, you set some things in stone that you can be able to leave a legacy for when it is your time to come. Because, you know what I mean? Unfortunately, we all have a date. We just don't know what it is. You know what I mean? So every day above ground is a new start. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, I think it's important, you know, to know what it is that you want to accomplish in life.
Right.
You know, like you have to understand and you have to decide that that's what you're going to do in life. And I think that makes it more easier to focus on the legacy that you want to leave.
Right.
Sometimes things might pop up in your life that you didn't necessarily know that that's what you wanted to do. And, you know, you might find talents that you didn't have or that you didn't know you had. But for the most part, I think we all have that inner being that we know what our purpose is here on this planet. And I think that we have to kind of silence all the bullshit and just really, you know, look inside and try to figure out what it is that we here for. And I feel like once you find that thing that you're here for, like, I think life makes so much more sense to you.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Right, indeed.
And it becomes more easier because you're able to just focus on that one thing and stop getting distracted by it.
Get rid of all of the outside noise.
Exactly. So I think you know, that's a real key as far as focusing on, you know, leaving the legacy. Like, figure out what it is that you want to do, man. Like, when you get to those last days, like, you don't want to have any regrets, you know, because somebody who you was hanging out with or somebody who you was, you know,
coulda, shoulda,
married to or whatever, like, you can't point the finger at anybody, you know what I'm saying, when the time is up. So just make sure you're accomplishing everything that it is that you set out to do and that you was here for, and you find your purpose before your number is called.
Yeah, man, because there ain't no reset or no respawn button on this one, man. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that's the one thing that, you know, I don't care how much money you got, how much fame you got, you know, we all have the same amount of time, man. We all got 24 hours in a day.
Word.
And that's one thing that you can't get back.
Word.
You know, so make sure you living life to the fullest, whatever that may be. You know, if it's just, you know, if it's focusing on music, if it's, you know, you're a basketball player, if you're an artist, like, whatever the case may be, man, just make sure you put in 110%, you know, give it up 210%.
Right.
You know, because you never know.
Because you never know, man.
Yeah. So, are there any things that you have lined up, you know, in the future that you're working towards?
When it comes to music, I've come to learn that I don't want to be putting no limits on what I like. I gotta focus and do this one way or do this way, because then that creates limitations for myself, and then I start backing out from it. You know what I mean? So as far as like putting things in place musically, I'm just trying to be creative and learn a lot of new different things, man, because, you know, it's a lot of music out there, man, and it's a lot of different ways that we can be involved in music and not necessarily have to be the one making the beats all the time or rapping. So that's something that I'm definitely trying to, you know, look into as far as just other avenues musically to set some stones down, man.
Absolutely. And I feel like, you know, you're on a great path because, you know, music is all about being creative, man.
Right.
Creativity.
Indeed.
You know, and not allowing somebody to box you in. Like only you know what's inside of you.
Right.
Like, nobody can't, you know, put a limit on what it is that you have. They can't tell you exactly what you're here or what you should be set out to do. Like, you have the vision, not them.
Yeah, and
you
don't let nobody tell you what you should or shouldn't be doing. You know what I mean? Musically and creatively. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no boundaries. The only boundaries you have musically, literally, are the ones that you set up for yourself, man. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't let anybody tell you, or me for that matter, you know what I mean, what you should and shouldn't be doing musically.
Right. Even you know, the styles of music that you might choose. You know, if it's not the popular styles, like you just never know what or when it's gonna, you know, take off.
Shit,
so just stay true to yourself.
You saw there was a video that what's the kid's name, man? Lil Nas X. That record that he put out. The country record that he put out. There was a video that he had showed that he had when he first, like right after he recorded the record, and he was like eating pizza or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And was like, you know, he was just saying all of the views that he had, and it wasn't nothing. A year later, around the same time he put the same video out again, everything has changed. Yeah, and that goes to show you it's all about timing, man. It's all about timing. I mean, even if you look into fashion, right? Yeah. The way the stuff that we used to wear back in the days, man, it takes a certain time, but it always comes back in style. Right. You know? Right. Like, you know, our kids might look at us like, you know, Dad, that's not cool anymore. You know, this is not what we doing right now. Yeah. But you give it about a decade, 10 years. Like, yo, you know? Like, yo, but man, like, you know, we don't got to go too far into it, but you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, some of these clothes out here cats be wearing is crazy, man. You know what I mean? Pants be all tight, like, you know, you can see the date on the dime in their back pocket, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, like, I can't be doing some of this stuff, man. Like, yo, listen, I'd rather wear what I used to wear than to wear a lot of stuff that they wearing now. Even though I know times have changed, but you know, nah. They could keep that part. Right. No, I agree. And it's just, I think it's about adapting to the times too. You know, in your own way. Right. Because you don't want to be outdated. You know. Yeah. You kind of want to be current. Yeah. I mean, you know, you can stay. Of course, you can stay trendy. You know what I'm saying? Right, you don't have to stay tight and trendy. You know what I'm saying? Right. But you could, you know, you can stay. You know, you can stay trendy. You know what I'm saying? You can have, you know, unbutton your top collar, unbutton your top button, and all that. You know what I mean? You don't got to be too tight. Not, you know, not credit card pocket tight. Right. Nah. So how do you feel about the state of music right now? I mean, I know it's a lot of good acts coming out, a lot of good groups and stuff like that. I know you real, you know, hard on Griselda right now. How do you feel about their wave? I rock with Griselda heavy, man. That whole you know, that whole wave, man. That whole movement. I rock with Griselda real heavy, man. Like real heavy. I mean, you know, they got the essence, man. You know what I'm saying? They got the essence, man. Right. Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. Like, is it because like it feels new, but it also feels like something that you know, that you remember? Yeah, indeed, man. You know? That should be hard body, man. That should be hard body. Yeah. It takes me right back to a time just today. Mm-hmm. Right. No, I agree. It definitely feels like, you know, like we was talking about the fashion. It feels like things come back full circle. It feels like it's back in style again. And the beauty of it is seeing a lot of the you know, the journalists or people that's, you know, in our generation right now, rocking with them and having them come on their show and, you know, talking to them about, you know, the success that they have and how they really appreciate what they're doing right now. Right. And I feel like that's because of the era that we came up in. They the most close to it, you know. So they the closest to it. And they got the meanest, like the meanest grind right now. Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Like I haven't seen, you know, they have a mean grind right now, man. There hasn't been a movement like Griselda in a minute. Right. Yeah. No, I agree. And you know, that's kind of, you know, where I kind of want us to go too, man. Like, and you know, for those people that's out there listening, you know, it's kind of like the 3MG, you know, like 3MG, man. You know, if y'all not aware,
Maschine Masters has started a record label, so we're gonna go ahead and start, trying our hand at it. I think this is like the only natural progression for us, being that we have a well-respected producer community. So we're gonna try our hand at putting out some great quality music.
And speaking of that, you know what I mean. Speaking of that, let's not breeze past it. Speaking of that, you know what I'm saying? Word up, man. We got the first release just came out. You wanna briefly touch on that for the people, man?
Yeah. Well, we could go into it a little bit, man.
It's time.
Your boy AG Got Beats just released. It's time.
Yeah, it's time. EP and all that. Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's time. So and that's kind of what what the EP is about, man. It's about it's time, man. Stop letting things sit on the shelf, because you never know when your time is called. So yeah, the EP kind of came about just pushing, just trying to see what you can do, or trying to see what I could do and accomplish, and sometimes you just get tired of just making beats,
right.
Just wanted to put something together, and I feel like it came out pretty good, man. I'll say that much.
Man. Yeah, it's definitely a dope body of work, man. Definitely a solid body of work, bro. Man. Word up.
I appreciate that, and it's been getting quite a bit of love, man. So I appreciate all the love. We got more projects coming. We're gonna keep on pushing the envelope, man. And
yes, sir.
And we ain't gonna. We're not gonna allow ourselves to be boxed in. We're trying to be different but current at the same time. So it's gonna be stuff that you remember from back in the day or whatever, depending on your age, or it might be new for newer kids. So yeah, I think we off to a good start though, B.
Well, yeah, man. It's gonna be very, very well rounded, man. Very well rounded, man. Definitely. It ain't gonna be just one type of, monotone wave. It's gonna be very, very well rounded, man.
Yeah, so I mean, if y'all have a chance, man, make sure y'all go and check that out too. It's on all streaming platforms.
All platforms. It's Time EP. Produced by AG Got Beats. Let's be clear. Produced by AG Got Beats. Some different artists on there. Make sure y'all go grab that, man. So it's important, man. Make sure y'all go grab that.
Shout out to all the artists. Shout out to Bates. Shout out to Stash Payne. Shout out to Nat Star. Shout out to So Topic. Y'all might have seen a couple of these people on some of our shows, like On the Spot. You might have seen Bates on House of Beats. So y'all are familiar with them. Also shout out the Maschine Masters community, because they came through heavy on it. They gave a couple shout outs themselves, and my boy Billy Blast dropped some love on the album. Make sure y'all check it out.
We'll definitely in the days to come back and revisit the project, and see what it's doing, because obviously it's doing good right now, we definitely gonna come back though, as it's gonna continue to rise, we definitely come back and revisit the project, man.
And we got a surprise for y'all too, so if y'all listening this far, man, stay tuned, because we got a surprise for y'all. So that's all I can say right now.
Right, it's coming though. It's coming.
All right. So I mean, I think that'll probably do it for this week. Is there anything else that you want to talk about before we get out of here, B?
Nah, man, not really. As I like to say in closing, you know what I mean? Follow me on Instagram. All my social media is at Billy Blast, and music is the soundtrack to our lives. Just make sure your playlist is worth listening to.
Absolutely. Again, me at AG Got Beats everywhere. If y'all trying to, follow, see what we got going on a daily basis. Instagram is probably where you can find me the most. Make sure you follow at Maschine Masters, and be aware of the movement, man. 3MG, Word. Maschine Masters Music Group.
Maschine Masters Music Group.
Yeah, we got some stuff coming. So, without holding y'all guys up any further, man, hopefully y'all learned something from this podcast. If you liked it, man, please hit that like button, subscribe, and make sure y'all spread the word, man. Share it. We're going to keep on coming with great content and doing what we could do in the new decade. So, yeah, we'll holler at y'all.
All right.
And B, we out.
Yes, sir. Peace, y'all.
Peace.